Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So on today's video, well, I'm actually going to be making my hair, like just trying to style a simple style. We want to talk about, or I'm going to be speaking about something that I know it is so close to most of you, especially as Black women. This syndrome, or this idea of this or maybe this scenario whereby we Black women, we are considered as to being strong, like Black women syndrome, like the society emphasizing us being as strong. We want to actually dive in, and also I want to talk because this is a topic that has hit me so many times, and it is so special to me to discuss with you, and overcoming this kind of syndrome, just because we need to take care of our mental health as women. Okay, I'm going to be talking mostly about Black women because I'm a Black African woman, and I love to empower, or I love to actually inspire, or maybe walk you through my journey of actually mental health when it comes to this kind of subject. It is very, very important to talk about it because we know and we understand the society, how it actually just puts emphasis, or just put that pressure on women, especially we women, and actually even terming as being strong without knowing what we are going through inside ourselves. So let's dive in, and I'm going to also revealing to you strategies that we can actually use as women so that we can overcome this Black syndrome, or being strong Black syndrome in our society. So let's dive in. Okay, now let's maybe begin by defining or understanding what am I even talking about. This thing about being strong as a Black woman syndrome. Now the society normally takes, or normally prefers, as especially we women, maybe Black women, to be more strong in everything and endure everything. But this kind of thing, or this kind of scenario, can have a very bad impact on ourselves as women, because you can imagine when someone is putting pressure on you to just endure even something that you are not happy with it, and then maybe you are in a different situation, let's say in a relationship that is actually hurting you, and because of the societal ideas, or because of the thing that you're imagining, how will people look at me, how will my brothers, my sisters, how will my parents think about me, how will the church think about me if I do a certain step. And then they want us to be like those old women, not all our four ancestors, or maybe parents who endured everything, and then just sit there in that relationship. Even if you are in a toxic relationship, they want you to sit there and pretend that you are all right, and actually just have that strength as a Black woman. You know, we Black women, we have been termed like being strong, but in really sense, we are not that strong. Okay, we are not that strong to endure certain things, and this pressure can have a very bad impact on us if you endure, especially if you are undergoing in a certain way, or in a certain situation that is hurting you physically or emotionally. So that is actually a brief definition of what being a strong Black syndrome. Okay, now I'm gonna share with you my personal my personal story. For many years, for many years, I have been wearing this mask of being strong without asking for help. Even if I need help, I badly need help. Maybe I have a situation that I really need help, but because I believe that being strong is actually shouldering everything to yourself, I just kept it to myself. And I remember at one point whereby I was undergoing a very difficult situation for quite a long time in my previous years. And then I had this situation whereby I wanted to share with someone, but because the people that I wanted to share with, maybe I was thinking like, oh, how will they take me? How will they talk about me? How will my parents, how will my sisters, my brothers think about me if I decide to actually quit this certain thing that I'm in, or maybe in a relationship. So I endured for a long time, and I thought maybe this is good for me as a black woman. I have to endure because I was thinking that this is gonna work. But at the end of the day, I found out that I'm developing stress, depression, and actually I developed high blood pressure, okay, without just talking to anyone, thinking that, oh, I can do it by myself without even needing any help. And then I found out that this is actually affecting my mental health in terms of actually just being silent and not even talking to anyone. And that's how I actually started thinking about myself. I sat alone and just decided to say that this is not going to work, and I need to quit certain things, or I need to end a certain thing in my life to, for me to be a better person, for me to have another chance actually to live, because where I was heading was not good, and I kept it to myself. Like, not even my mother, not even my sister knew what was going on for many years. And they were thinking, oh, we are seeing you, you are like this, you are happy, you are smiling when you are talking to us, and whenever we come to you for help, you just give without even actually asking question. Until one day when I just say this is not gonna work, and then I decided to quit. Then I started actually loving myself and accepting who I am, and actually just focusing on me, self-care. And that is why I'm still here recording. Otherwise I could be dead maybe some years ago. You see, when I was in that situation whereby I was actually just by myself and I didn't want to talk to anyone, I didn't want to tell someone what I was going through, I thought maybe I can do it, I can handle it. And the society expectations, like the people around me were expecting me to be that good person, especially be knowing that I grew up in a humble background, in a church background. Like, they expect you not to do certain things, okay? Let's say if it is divorce, maybe if it is separation from your relationship, they also expect you to be extra kind and put other people's need first without even thinking about yourself. So I was in that situation until I said to myself that it's not going to work, because if I'm prioritizing other people and I'm neglecting myself, then it means that I'm burning out, I'm stressed, I'm going into depression, which can lead to death, okay? So this kind of thing, like this kind of element of stereotype of telling of, or maybe the society expecting you to be very strong as a woman or as a black woman, can have a very bad impact on yourself until you decide enough is enough, I want to prioritize myself, okay? And I'm speaking this because this has taken a lot of people down. Like, people are dying because of depression, and they think that maybe keeping to yourself, or maybe just not talking to anyone, will help, but it doesn't help, okay? You need help. You need to decide, I'm going to speak to someone, I'm going to seek help, I'm going to seek professional help, I'm going to talk to my relative about certain things. And because sometimes we women, even in Africa, we think maybe let's say maybe you are in a toxic relationship and you have kids, or you have a kid, and then you are thinking, oh, how will the society look at me, how will my baby grow, how will my baby be, who will provide for me? And you just take this pressure on yourself, and you don't want to speak about it. And at the end of the day, you're gonna get into depression, and it is not a good thing. Now, when you decide that enough is enough, I don't want to be like this, I don't want to stay here silently, but inside I'm dying, you will start to realize that you are going to take some steps like self-love, okay? And embracing that self-care, self-love, and actually just being you, and knowing that this is you. You only have one chance to live. You only have one life to live. And then starting to actually work on strategies that can help you to come out of that situation, okay? I'm going to be exploring with you some of the strategies that I used or I took to help me come out of this thing of being strong as a black woman. One of the strategies that I used is actually to set boundaries. I said I'm not going to do certain things. I'm not going to help certain people, even when they were so close to me. And I started actually self-love. Like I started taking care of myself as a person, and I said I'm not going to be in certain relationship just to for my mental health, you know, to be okay. And I started to actually venture into activities that bring joy in my life. I started actually being actually eating healthy, doing exercise, and also actually just connecting with people who are accepting you without judging you, and also seeking help in terms of actually talking to someone. You know, if you are undergoing something and you are just keeping it to yourself, it's gonna depress you, it's gonna kill you inside, because you are ashamed, or people will think about you this way and this way, or people will talk about it. Let them talk, okay? Let them talk. They can talk whatever they want, but at the end of the day, you have to realize that you are you, like you are, you only have one life. You need to talk to someone. You need to seek professional help if that is, and also just release that stress away, so that you don't end up in hospital because of depression or because of your mental health. Okay, so I started actually practicing some of these tips, some of these strategies that I'm talking about, and I found out the more I engage in this kind of activities, the more I started healing, the more I started forgiving myself, the more I started actually doing like great things in my life, and the more I started actually even connecting with the right people, being in the right relationship, and just attracting good vibes. Okay, so you have to practice some of these things for you to actually come out of that thing of being strong and actually thinking, oh, how will the society look at me, how will the people look at me, okay, and expecting you to be strong even when you are not, even when you need help. Don't be shy to ask for help, even if it is financial help. Don't be shy. We all need each other. If it is emotional help, if it is you want to talk to someone, don't be shy. Don't say that because they're gonna say and this, let them say. Okay, at the end of the day, give it a try of a second chance by loving yourself, practicing good things. Okay, apart from that, you can also connect with the right people. You can share that those people can share stories, successful stories, good stories that have ended well, so that also you can share your story on how you have overcome a certain situation, or if you are undergoing a certain situation, talking to someone and actually hearing the other person share their story will eventually help you to heal. It will actually help you also to recognize your strengths as a woman, in terms of actually doing what, being valuable, like being you yourself, without actually thinking how the society will judge you, how the society expect you to be, or how the people want you to be. Okay, you start by actually sharing some certain stories, like I've shared my stories, someone else shares their stories. If you hear all these stories, how they ended up successfully being successful or being healthier than before, then you're gonna be motivated to actually want to prioritize yourself as a woman. Okay, so they normally say sharing is caring. Okay, so remember to share as much as possible, in terms of actually someone hearing about your story, someone encouraging you. Remember, your voice is like it is your strength. Okay, when someone hears your story and actually relates to your story and want to turn, then that person can take a U-turn or a turn out, like they're gonna change their life. You are saving a life by actually talking about certain things in your family, or maybe certain things that are actually depressing you, or certain things that are actually making you unhappy. Okay, by just sharing as women to women, and by actually finding help from other women or from other people who are successful in terms of actually overcoming this kind of things, then you are encouraging actually someone to love their self and accepting their self, and knowing that you are worth it, you are valuable, you are beautiful, you are unique, you are wonderful, and just actually practicing also mindfulness, like, and also changing your mind in terms of actually how the society thinks about you. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and actually take care of my little son here. He wants some food. And if you are enjoying my content, you want to hear more stories, especially we as women, as Black women, we need help. We need help. And when I say we need help, I'm saying this deep down, knowing that I have been in certain situations in my previous life, maybe in my entire life, more not even in my entire life, in my previous life. And I was not in a good position whereby I could stand in a mirror or just look at myself and think that I need to speak or I need to talk. And if without talking, without sharing these stories, without talking about these things, we are not helping others, or we are not helping ourselves. So if you have any comment, you have any issues, or you have any questions, let me hear you talk in the comment section. If you have been in a bad situation that you have overcame, I would also love to hear your stories in the comment section. And if you're finding this video or this content valuable, do me one favor, subscribe to my channel, guys. Let's grow so that also women out there, especially my Black women like me, we are the queens, we are the divas. Let's build each other. And until next time again, I'll see you. Görüşürüz. Now I'm speaking Turkish. Bye bye. So this is my style for the day. I'm gonna stay like this. I think it is nice for the day, just for the day. Okay, a simple, very simple, but very unique. Okay, you can see how it is. Yeah, so bye bye.